But I want to begin with something that actually breaks my heart. Something that I can't quite believe has been ushered into the mainstream of British political discourse. Something that is, I suppose, a consequence of treating people like Nigel Farage as if they had anything valid or decent to contribute to our country. That weaponisation of refugees and asylum seekers and immigrants in general that has polluted pretty much every corner of this country over the last decade, and particularly, of course, around that Brexit vote. It's not a word I use often anymore because it's a personal thing and it comes and goes, and it is often deployed by hypocrites and liars. But this is still ostensibly a Christian country. When King Charles is crowned, it will be as part of the head of the Church of England, a branch of the Christian faith. And what Jesus had to say about decency and kindness is, regardless of whether you believe in some people like to say sky fairies, and I understand why, regardless of whether you believe in it or not, what Jesus actually says, or what the Bible, what the New Testament actually teaches us about being kind and decent is clear. And it seems to me very strange that the Conservative politicians who wear their Christianity most prominently on their sleeves, the ones that actually talk about it, are the ones who often seem to engage in the most callous and disgusting of conduct. But they used to be on the fringes, these people. They used to be beyond the boundaries of acceptability. They used to be, you'd see them at conference and you'd walk the other way. They were not people who had or would ever breach the mainstream. I would say, and I haven't got enough history to do this definitively, but I would say that probably from the point of Enoch Powell's disgusting rivers of blood speech, there was a resistance to base racism, to a sort of celebration, if you like, of treating people badly, appallingly, cruelly, callously, according to their origins, according to their ethnicity even, that even the Conservative Party balked at. Obviously, there were always elements of the old Monday Club. There were always people who struggled perhaps to disguise their bigotry, to mask their hatreds. But you kind of knew that they were never going to be destined for high office unless they kept the most toxic elements of their racism deeply, deeply hidden. And I don't even know if I can use the word racism in the context of this morning's conversation, because it's different. It's subtler than that. It's what you might call just a hatred of people based upon their origins. I'm going to play you a little excerpt from what is widely regarded as one of the finest speeches ever given by a human being. And then I'm going to play you a little excerpt from an interview that our current Home Secretary gave yesterday. They both speak of dreams, both of these people. In the first instance, Dr. Martin Luther King, and in the second instance, Suella Braverman. They both have dreams. I'd like you just to focus for a moment on how different those dreams are. Here's Dr. King.
I have a dream. My four little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
And here is the current Home Secretary.
I would love to be here saying, claiming victory. I would love to be having a front page of the Telegraph with a plane taking off to Rwanda. That's my dream. That's my dream. It's
when
my
will
obsession.
that happen?
What's your dream? What do you dream of? Happy children, I suppose. If you're a parent, you can only ever be as happy as your unhappiest child, is something a very wise person said to me. You dream of winning the lottery, maybe, or someone ill in your family getting better,